Hello everybody, welcome to your weather forecast. My name is Mr. G, and we're going to be talking about that weather for your Friday as you head out the door, go to school or work for this last day of this work week. And as we take a look at our map here, we're still dealing with that big storm that made a mess of the country from the west coast all the way to the plains and even down across the southeast and through the mid-Atlantic states. We saw all kinds of heavy rain, we saw heavy snow, we got severe weather, tornadoes, a lot of damage, and even a few folks lost their lives down here in Louisiana and across the state of Texas. So we saw a lot of damaging situations with that storm system. But we got two pieces of this storm. We got this weakening area of low pressure. This is our main cold core low here across Minnesota, and that's going to be lifted on up into Canada as we head into the day on Saturday. But in the meantime, it's still going to be having a lot of snow wrapped around up into it. We're going to be seeing light snow through Minnesota, Wisconsin, as well as through both of the Dakotas. But on the East Coast, we got a developing nor'easter that's going to bring heavy rain along the coast, and we're going to see heavy snow in the mountains and the higher elevations of upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and into Maine, where we could pick up to 2 feet of snow in some locations as this nor'easter develops and makes its way up the eastern seaboard. And then in the evening hours, we're going to still see that snow up here in the upper Midwest continue, but there's going to be much lighter accumulations in the evening hours as that storm is again beginning to weaken and move on out of the area. As you can see, it's going to be over northern Wisconsin by the evening hours. It's going to be a strong mover, but it's going to eventually work its way on out of there. And we're going to see nice dry weather across the western half of the United States, a nice tranquil period for you folks before some more drama starts to move in as we head into next week. No severe weather to be expected along the southeast for a change, so that's good news with that. So that is a look at your Friday weather forecast for your morning and your evening. But let's take a look at some details of that nor'easter. And there it is as it makes its way up the northeast, and it's going to bring that heavy snow through portions of the interior portions of the northeast. So upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, we're going to be seeing some heavy snow, and even through portions of Pennsylvania, western Pennsylvania, we're going to be seeing snow, and freezing rain is going to be possible, especially further to the south through West Virginia and right in this region here near Pittsburgh. Going to see that freezing rain. If you can see that pink as the map rotates around again, look at that pink there. That's that freezing rain that we're going to be seeing through portions of the northeast with our developing nor'easter, okay? Now here we are as we take a look. Okay, here is that threat for glaze and ice again here across western Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and parts of Maryland. We could be seeing a little bit of glazing out there from freezing rain. But this area where it's a little bit pinker, this is where we're going to see a heavier amount of freezing rain. So, and now as we look at our winter weather alerts, okay, my mouth is just don't want to cooperate with my brain. So here we winter storm watch here across the northern interior portions of the northeast, not the Great Lakes, the northeast, upstate New York, northern Pennsylvania, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. There you can see our winter storm warning, and we have our winter storm watch in effect as well, and we have our ice storm warning down here up through West Virginia, and western Pennsylvania. That's where our ice storm warning is. All right, so snow still to come. We're already seeing some snow out there across the northeast, but we're looking at, we can pick up to 24 inches here in the higher elevations of the Adirondack mountain range, especially here in northern New York and also near Burlington, Vermont. We're going to be seeing the heavy snow up in this region here as our big nor'easter takes place now. And some folks say on the comments, hey, we're not seeing any snow in the northeast. But there you go. Now, if you live in the big cities, you won't see any snow. Boston and New York, Hartford, Philly, Newark, you guys aren't going to see any snow from this. But we're going to talk about something in just a minute. We're going to talk about that. But in this round, you guys are going to miss out of the snow, unfortunately. But the interior and the higher elevations in the Northeast will be seeing some snow and quite a bit of it. All right, so now that we're working our way through that big storm, this first storm that we're dealing with now, we got to look ahead to the days to come and the upcoming weeks, the week ahead. Next week, we're looking at your next week, because next weekend is Christmas weekend. So we're going to be looking at that. And as we look at this map here, and what we're seeing is our next big storm that's going to be taking place. And when that big storm kicks up, this is going to be about the 22nd. We're going to see that through the 24th. The good news is that storm is going to move through before Christmas Day. But you're going to be seeing it wrap up on Christmas Eve. But this is going to be potentially a big snowstorm, huge snowstorm. We're talking heavy snow for the big cities as well as for the interior. Heavy snow, 2 to 3 feet of snow possible, but this is early. It's way off in advance. It's still kind of early, but the models have been pretty consistent between the American model, the Euro, and the GFS has been pretty persistent with showing a big storm right before Christmas Day. Some of the details about it have been different, but we do know that there will be a big storm coming in your way. And the other thing that's going to be important about this is that we have a cold snap coming. The polar vortex is going to set up. And as you can look at this, you see this? You see all of this dropping down? That's that huge cold outbreak where we can see the coldest temperatures, especially here across the northern plains and the Great Lakes and the Midwest here. Coldest temperatures in 40 years. A 40-year cold outbreak to come. So that's really serious there. So I'm going to keep monitoring this storm potential as we have this big nor'easter that could potentially dump feet of snow even on Boston, New York, D.C., the entire northeastern United States can be dealing with a crippling snowstorm and then crippling cold temperatures behind it. We're going to see those temperatures across the Midwest, the Great Lakes, the northern plains in Minnesota especially. So get ready for that. And my name is Mr. G. That was your evening forecast to get you ready for your day tomorrow and a sneak a peek ahead at this potential problem that we could be dealing with next week right before the Christmas. And it's not good because I have to get on a train on the 22nd and go to Illinois, and I hope not to be dealing with a snowstorm. I never seen how Amtrak deals with snowstorms, but we're going to find out. But hopefully we don't have any delays with that. So my name is Mr. G. Thanks for watching me. Leave your likes, your comments. Feel free to subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Follow if you're watching on TikTok. Have a great day. Be safe out there. Take care of each other. We'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye.